Hey everybody, sorry about starting late. Some major Skype bullshit issues here. But welcome to this part two of the special edition of Once Upon a Game today, where we're playing this cool beta powered by the apocalypse hack called Souls of Steel. Souls of Steel is a game written by an awesome woman named Donna Fried, or Fried, I forget her last name, sorry. And basically, it's about anywhere between band of brothers in tanks to X-wing pilots or like wing commander to Battlestar Galactica stuff or Top Gun, and we're doing mechs today, and we're doing anime mechs to the max. And so I've been hanging out here with these four super cool guys, and well, we came up with this amazing story about it being a couple hundred years in the future. Humanity is spread to early colonization across the stars or planets in our solar system, and the planets are starting to rebel against the Empire because they're sort of like, keeping their authority, and people want autonomy and freedom and liberty. And our band of heroes managed to take some sort of like proto mech technology that was part of the Empire, and now using it to wage war against them. So super awesome idea here. Once Upon a Game, where if you don't know, I'm EricVulgaris online. This is a one-shot RPG kind of show where we feature games that have emphasis on sharing creative authority and that sort of stuff. So with that being said, I'm so excited to play this game. I played this at a con, a Geek Girl Con, with the developer, and it was so good. So I'm excited to play this with everyone here, and so I want to share this with everybody. So let's go around the internet table here, starting with Alarin. So Alarin, tell us who you are and who you'll be playing today.
I am Olerin. I am just a all-around internet dork and purveyor of mecha anime. It's my favorite. I will be playing David Fisher, who is imagine just kind of like a German Nazi scientist that rebels from the experimentation he was forced to basically do at gunpoint, and has now joined this band of other upstarts from other walks of life to rebel against the people that made him do some seriously just wrong things.
Yeah.
Um,
What kind of experiments were you working on? Like weapons research, or like psychological kind of
we
weapon?
were working on psychological research. We were basically researching why and how people make decisions, and my branch was forced to work on children until every other scientist decided to rebel against these just awful experiments.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Awesome. So, what made you? I guess it's pretty obvious. What did you leave behind from the Empire?
Um,
When you made your escape.
any love for the scientific method or any desire to ever be near it again.
Oh, ouch. Okay. So the dream of optimistic science being used for the greater good and stuff like that. Awesome. That's really good. So, continuing around, next up would be Ryan. Ryan, tell us who you are, why you're so cool, how people can get a hold of you, and who you be playing today.
I'm Ryan. You can hit me up on Twitter at halfthoughts, at halfthoughts. I'm just a general lurker. I'm going to be playing Caswell today. He's an ex-ace pilot for the Terran Federation, was it?
Hmm.
And he's an ace pilot, and they killed some of his family members, and he was like, fuck this shit, I'm out, and is now rebelling.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Um, and so I guess that's also pretty obvious. What did you get? How did you join the army in the first place, or why?
My father was a high-ranking officer in the army, and I just naturally followed his was legacy,
Hmm.
and so I joined the army, and
So yeah,
like
you're
my
a
family
military
wanted.
brat.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. But then you got jaded for the cause and
Yeah,
switched.
because because like people they like my father's friends
Mhm.
definitely stabbed him in the back to get
To get
themselves
in.
promoted. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Going around next would be Dave Arath. What's up, man? Tell us
Hey
who
there.
you are and who will you be playing today.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Dave, or Orath. You'll find me mostly around Adam Kubl's stuff. I'm sure most of you know already. I'm Dave the Human on Twitter, and it should be on the little thingamabob down there. I would be pointing, well, I am pointing, but unfortunately my camera was the one causing hold-ups, so you can have the pixel version of me instead. Today I'll be playing the squad's rookie. She is called Iori Izuiko, and we hadn't talked about this before, but I think it fits really nicely. I think she's actually one of the test subjects from Dr. Fisher's emotion-based experimentation stuff.
Yeah,
because
that works really well, actually.
Yeah, because my mecha is an experimental one, and it's complicated, and I figure that's something to do with like an emotion drive, like taking power from the feelings and the state of the wielder, the pilot.
So I just want to say that you never revealed that to me yet, and I just want to say that's the fucking most badass thing ever. Emotion drive, done.
Yeah,
That's in there.
awesome.
Thank you. Emotion
That's
drive.
awesome.
I now have justification for my character's sorrow now, so thanks for that.
Yep. So
Yeah, maybe I didn't even realize that you were one of the people in charge, but since I had to, I was forced to attack my own home planet, like as part of the mental deadening, I guess, because at times, like if you've got an emotion-powered mech, you still want to be able to control the person, so it's the sort of like raise your own like creature, then kill it that they had in like really creepy Spec Ops stuff in the past.
yeah.
But I couldn't do
This
it.
is like the Jason Bourne thing, when like you have to like shoot the random guy to join the group. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But
Just making sure.
obviously I couldn't do it, and so I joined the fight against the Empire with these guys, who helped liberate my home planet, and yeah, I like see them all as heroes and stuff. So there's a little bit of idol worship, and probably the irony of not knowing David Fisher was the one who like screwed me up as a kid.
Yo, yeah. My question. This is actually really good from chat. Thanks, Hyrule Spy. What sort of experimentation on like the emotional stuff was done? Was it like more like social experimentation? Was it like a mind control chip? Like was it was it programmed, or was it kind of like conditioned?
Well,
I feel
What kind of scientist do you think would you be? Would it be more like the psychological conditioning, like like sleeper agent, kind of like safe word kind of thing?
I feel like that'd be a part of it. Like, I feel like we would raise like a bunch of different kids and train them to be different things
Yeah, makes
in
sense.
order to test how they reacted in very different contexts. Because the decision making was always the part, so emotions and how they affected decision making
Yeah.
would have probably factored into it.
Yeah. Awesome. By the way, is it you who's the one with the? I don't think you said this, Aaron, but you have like Viking axes that are like made of magma or something.
Yeah, they superheat. They're
Yeah.
the axes that the Vikings would use to like smash into a hole of the ship to grab onto them to board them.
God, that's awesome. Okay, I just read that and I forgot. That's just so good. Okay, and last but not least, Sam, tell us who you are, why you're so cool, where people can find
Hello.
you, and who you playing with.
I am Sam. I'm Wizened Fool on Twitch. I don't really do the whole Twitter thing very often. I'm just sometimes around on cool people's channels like Eric here, playing games or just hanging out in chat. So if you see me, definitely give me a shout out. I will be playing Jack Calloway. Jack is or was sort of this investor, venture capitalist type fellow in the Terran Empire, and then he got himself involved in some stuff, some sort of like maybe military contracts that were a little bit over his head, and he learned some information that he probably shouldn't have.
Can I tie this
and
in?
all this,
May I propose a suggestion? Perhaps you were funding some of the research done by David,
Oh, that's actually perfect.
and you realized that they were experimenting on children, and you were like, "Fuck that."
And yeah, he sort of freaked out, and then he was gonna sort of pull out, and it would have been this whole big deal because it would have made the news and everything, the Financial Times, and so the government was just gonna whack him, and so he left and went to join the rebels and stole some of this tech, and that's why he has this special issue mech.
Yes.
Um,
Big Jim, right?
and yeah, exactly.
So describe
and,
Big Jim for us.
Sort of. Oh, okay, yeah. So Big Jim is like very large, like humanoid looking mech with just like big like launch thrusters on the back. Sort of like the Xenoblade mechs a little bit. If you've seen those, if you've seen that played at all yet. His primary weapon is this big disruptor mace that has like sort of like this energy field as it strikes his enemies, and his sidearm is like a very large overbuilt revolver. For anyone who's seen Dirty Harry or played the game Destiny, it's sort of like the hand cannons in Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Big Jim.
It's awesome.
Yeah, but Jack just sort of sees himself as this very much like this sort of this space cowboy sort of bandit, but freedom fighter.
Yeah.
You
Like
know,
Robin Hood kind of figure.
So, like, I got a question then. So, like,
Exactly,
did you help us all escape? Like, the scientists and all them, and your big turn?
Yeah, maybe I like funded the escape. Maybe I was like,
Oh,
like
that makes sense.
realized what was going on.
Yeah.
And then like before they could freeze my assets, I just like I had my go bag, or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense because you were kind of like you play the leader role, so that makes sense. So for those who don't know, this game is a Powered by the Apocalypse game, which means that everybody gets to pick what's called a playbook, and that's kind of like a class, but it's more about theme than it is about actual like a class and then like leveling up. So most importantly, I think we need to come up with a couple like established things about the world and what we're doing here. So I wanted to know from you guys, like, so we all agreed that we want to work for like sort of like a mercenary kind of faction, right? Is our faction based? Is it like on a ship that goes somewhere? Is it like is it like a carrier? How do our mechs move around? Are we like always in our mechs, or are our mechs sort of like deployable from ships? Like do they fight in space? Do they do land, that kind of stuff? And then we can get going.
I think for mercenaries, I think that we have to have a ship of some kind.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
carrier idea.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the carrier. The carrier.
Yeah, so,
seems-
so we're not always in our mechs. Our ships are mechs,
Yeah.
so we deploy with our mechs.
Yeah, and I
so your
think that,
carrier is
like-
your home base.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the name of the carrier?
Oh man, what's like the German word for freedom?
Fry?
Freiheit.
Yeah, it's called Fry. Which is
I think
like
it's just
liberty.
like free, but like to be
Freedom.
free.
I think that's Fry. I think it's the same term. I'm
Oh,
not
we
German
touched
though.
on Fry.
I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, Freiheit is freedom.
Okay.
Fry is free. It's like
Yeah.
a little bit one or the other.
That wasn't nearly as cool as I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's another good question. How do people not notice our ship, or how has our mercenary ship been able to evade detection so far?
So like, I guess we're out on the fringes of territory anyway, and
Yeah.
space is big, and I guess like sensor technology hasn't quite caught up with the rest of technology at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just like part of it is that we're just like so far out in the fringes of space that we can just sort of fly under the radar unless we're going to make these strikes on like the inner worlds.
Yeah, so I think our missions are like we're always hanging out on the fringes of where we're not like in danger of getting like attacked by the Empire until we
Like
do a
guerrilla
mission.
strikes, that's badass.
Yeah, and then we like warp into whatever we need to do, and then immediately warp out once we complete our mission.
That's awesome. So, did we come up with a name for the carrier? It's the Freiheit? Do we want to call it the German one?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
alright
totally
with
fine.
that.
Alright, for height.
It'll explode in the first 10 minutes anyway. It's fine.
No,
Obviously.
no, it's. I mean, hopefully not. Um, so and we're a mercenary thing. So like we operate like along a backdrop of a greater military conflict. Is that how this works?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean,
Like we're not like the only army fighting the Empire, right? Like
I think
is somebody hired? Are we a mercenary company that's like not fighting for money? Are we like fighting for an ideal?
we're definitely fighting.
Because
Yeah.
then we're actually
I don't think we're
terrorists.
I think
Yeah.
we're fighting for money. I think that we're fighting for money.
Okay, so rebels are paying us,
I think like maybe
or like
there's
we
like
do. Yeah. What?
maybe there's like an actual like rebel group, and they sort of look down on us a little bit as like
Oh,
it's like
Because we don't do ideals. Yeah.
right,
right.
but they like have to put up with us because we have the tech, we have the mechs.
So, like, what I imagine is like we're part of a larger army that is just composed of soldiers for hire.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because like I don't think the rebels would be very much, very organized.
So I guess
or like a standing army, right? It's like
Right.
they got anybody they could. So how are the rebels paying for the war? Is it like a keep the spoils kind of thing?
So I imagine like instead of gold, we'd trade in ice because that's like the most rare thing in space to survive. So like we get paid in literal frozen water.
That would be cool.
Ooh. And I guess the Fringer worlds are rich in ice because they can like harvest comets or something.
Sure.
And like the inner Earth has been so pre-harvested.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love it. So my question then. So we have the carrier, the home base, and we fly around like near like the Cooper Belt or whatever. We dart in, we do our missions, and we get out. I think the only thing I had else added was the number one threat to us right now is the 366th Terran Division, which is run by an Admiral Packard Birmingham, and he's like the guy like responsible for taking us down. Like he's like the task guy. So like whenever we hear about the 366th, we know that they are it's because of us.
And how good has he been at his job?
He's
still alive.
Basically, I imagine he's the guy who just recently got assigned the duty because the other guy sucked so bad, right?
Yeah, so we've been like we just like are like in that point in the like the anime where we have like the crossover. We've been like running circles around like the inept bad guy
Yeah.
for like like
Exactly.
a couple episodes.
Exactly, and now it's like serious time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like so like this guy's he's like the bold guy, like the bold air. If you think of Top Gun, he's the bold-headed guy in the carrier, who's like the admiral or whatever of the carrier. He's like, God damn it, I don't have 5 minutes. Give him 3 or whatever, right? Like that's that kind of guy. Like super serious, gruff.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
All right. So we're going to begin the game in media res. So what's so famous about said admiral? I think the admiral definitely has a success streak. He has a success streak a mile wide. He's been able to like quell the rebellions on Mars. Like imagine like the rebellion has been like pushed further and further back to like Jupiter and Saturn's moons and everything further out.
Yeah, I think
So pretty
I
much
think
like
maybe,
right now the asteroid belt I think is like the neutral territory between.
yeah, maybe he's like the guy who's like known for like pushing the rebels past the asteroid
Yeah.
belt.
Yeah, I love it. I love the idea that he's the he retook Mars.
Yeah.
Right? Like this guy's fucking no joke. He's okay.
He's the Sherman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And he's just marching into our territory, and it's like we just cannot mount a sizable defense against this dude. So, the reason why they've been so successful as of late pushing us back is exactly for what Alarin said and the reason why we were so good at the start was sensor technology. Currently, the Empire has some sort of sensor technology that's able to predict where we're going to be or read our locales at a much further distance than previously thought. So we've been getting like ambushed and that kind of stuff. But we thanks to a couple of like dedicated like spies and everything like that, we found out that it's that the technology is called neural optical sensor enhancers. It's basically they can put it on like ships' noses or whatever, and it's able for them to like probe deeper space, like faster than light kind of stuff, and communicate that way. So, in order to find this sort of like sensor enhancers and stuff, in order to counter it, we have to get a copy for the Empire, or for the for the Rebel Army. So that's where the Freiheit comes in. Is that you've been tasked in recovering this technology, so we can crack it and get back to winning again. So,
Awesome.
are we ready for that?
Let's do it.
Rand
Ships,
Galen
yeah,
does
ships
cool
probe
espionage.
space with their noses like cats. That's how science works, man.
They got whiskers.
Yeah. Oh my God! What if they are kind of like they look like whiskers?
Oh my
Like
god.
they no, but they like it's more like
jellyfish?
like jellyfish or lionfish. Like they like undulate underwater.
Oh, so like they're partly
yeah.
organic.
Oh yeah, like,
That would be
yeah.
awesome, actually.
yeah. I think that's something to do with the neural optical part. It's like they have some sort of like subspace kind of touch sensation. Like they're like subspace sensory things, which is the reason why they're able to detect motion.
So they created like a hive mind creature mounted on every single ship.
Yeah. Oh my God. They made some sort of like biomechanism to recognize. That's why. Oh my. Okay. Well, we
And
don't
we
know that.
totally-
Hold on. We're getting a little too meta because we don't know that yet. We don't know
Don't know
why
this
how
yet.
it works. But we know that we have to do this. And in order to do this assault, you guys are going to be sort of like the pincer part of a hammer and anvil kind of like maneuver. So the rebel forces are going to deliberately stall and engage this army that's currently assembling in near Mars. So you guys are like currently floating around the asteroid belt, like attached maybe to like a bottom side of an asteroid or something like that. And the rebel army from one of Jupiter's moons is going to go in and start just harass and bring out the force, and then your job is going to be take down the comm ship with this technology, and bring the tech back with us. Okay, so these guys are going to be sort of like that diversion tech or diversion strategy for you guys. Okay, so the anvil.
Okay.
Sounds cool.
So we're the
hand-
hammer.
Yeah. No, you're the anvil.
we're
The
the-
rebels are the hammer. They're the ones you're
Oh.
gonna get. They're the ones who are gonna get fucked. Just
We're
for you
totally
guys.
called Anvil Squad.
Yeah.
Anvil Squad.
Okay. So, with that being said, let's jump in here. Does the carrier shoot out the mechs, or like do you guys have like a smaller ship that you launch from the carrier?
Oh, I totally want to shoot out from the ship.
Yeah, same. I think
sure.
like maybe there's an area of the carrier that like looks like almost like a traditional like aircraft carrier that the mechs are like strapped to,
Yes.
Okay.
and then we get into them and like just like drop off the ship.
Oh yeah, awesome.
That'd
I
be
was
kinda-
imagining like cannon tubes that like shoot you out.
Oh,
like
that
Mac
would be
cannons?
really cool too.
Kind of like the Viper tubes in Battlestar Galactica. Like I imagine like you like shoot like the mech out that way.
Or like
Yeah,
the
that's
Knights of
best.
Sidonia.
Yeah, like exactly like and then like breaks open and then there's the mech or whatever.
Yeah, that's better. That's way better.
Okay, so the scene opens up and it says like outside like near Mars 2700 and we see a like in the far distance this engagement of clearly this modern mechanized army like attacking from this way, and we see like this like smaller ragtag group of soldiers who are like trying to like valiantly hold their ground against this overwhelming force of like fighters and sort of like carrier types. And then coming forward on screen, we see this like bearing at them like four like mech pods hurtling this way. And then we cut to like inside the mech pods, and we see like our actual main characters here, like all in like the comm suits of their mechs, like doing like the diagnostic stuff, ready to go. So you guys know the mission. The mission you need to know the ship name that you have to capture is called the Burgundy.
Okay.
That's the one that's the comms thing. That's like the last thing you got from the rebels who are trying to hold their ground. So that is so right now no one knows that you're kind of like flanking them to get in here. So we open with that. So what do you guys do?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. This should be a simple mission here. Just gotta get in there, get this ship, get the tech, and get on out.
Affirmative.
Got it.
Everyone here? Red leader standing by.
Yeah. All right.
Red 2 standing by. I mean, Anvil leader.
Okay, Red 2 standing.
Okay. So you guys are going to have to go ahead and you're pretty much going to go in guns blazing because it sounds like you guys are just starting right for the.
Yes. Okay. So if I open up the visuals, what do I see? Where are we?
Yeah. Okay. So that means you're going to be doing an assess the situation. So give me a roll plus brains. So you guys are basically coming perpendicular to the actual fighting vector right now. So if the attack is going like this way, you're going to come at it like this way. So.
Okay. I got a 9.
A 9? Okay. So you're able to ask one of these questions and allow your allies to act on this information.
What is the enemy's... no. Okay, so the mission is just trying to head in there.
Yeah.
I think the best question is... How can we use the battlefield to our advantage?
Oh, awesome. So currently the Empire ships, or like the Terran Federation ships, don't know that you're attacking there. So the best way you can use the advantage is by surprise.
All right, well...
So could you say that we know their vulnerability?
I think...
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I think their vulnerability is that they don't know that we're here.
Yeah, basically using the asteroid belt and stuff near Mars, along with the rebels. There's just so much stuff going on in the radars and sensors that you're using the noise to sneak in.
Okay, so I specifically created my character for boarding action, and since we know how they're weak, I'm going to do precision strike, which is I can go in guns blazing using brains instead of fire.
Yeah.
So how do I roll that?
Okay. So you're gonna go in guns blazing, right?
Yep.
Yep. So that's you said you get to use brains, so it's 2d6 plus your brains. On a 10 plus, you achieve your goal, and they take the full brunt of your attack, as well as you gain respect. Oh, on a 6?
I forgot to add, what's your brain? What's your brain?
Yeah.
It's 2.
Oh, so you get an 8.
So again, 8.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't get your full objective. So state again what you were trying to do.
Get close enough to board them using my welder.
Okay. You know that so like you're getting close and you get the sort of like mech sort of like lock on for like the boarding thing. And when okay, I know what's gonna happen. They're going to your mech gets like the sort of like that green lock of like you know like a hull,
Like a missile lock.
Yeah, exactly, like that tone and everything like that, like the little green square, and your pod like opens up, revealing is it Orion? Is that
No, it's Sasori.
Oh yeah, so sorry, and you have the flamethrower thing. Yeah, so what's gonna happen is you get super close to, you're about like maybe 100 yards away now in space. You can like see like the reflection of this strange ship. You see like it's like the front of it has these sort of like undulating whiskers. It's a ship you haven't really seen before, but it notices you, like the ship like cannons start like pointing your way. And it's either going to it looks like it's waiting to fire on you until it gets closer. So you could totally get in there, but you're gonna bear a brunt of their attack, or you could try to like dodge or get out of the way or something.
I have a small mech with 1 armor, so I'm going to dodge.
Okay. So
Same
yeah.
person.
Okay. Um.
So
Yep.
so maybe I like see him dodging with because I have like the tactical network in my mech, and I'll say all right, Fisher, just wait 1 second. I'll get their attention. You come in after me, and then I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like barrel into the back of their or into the side of theirs, screaming out of my mech. All right, you Imperial sons of bitches, come get some. And I would like to use my
But
end and fight move to.
it's. What are you using?
I would like to use stand and fight to intentionally draw aggro.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So like the
my
guns get
move
ready.
lets
Yeah.
me roll.
So like the guns get drawn on Alarin's on Sasori, and they're getting ready to like charge up like their particle beams or whatever, and then all of a sudden like you see like this ricochets of like action going off from and we turn around and we see Big Jim's gun start like shooting into the ship, right? Awesome.
Oh yeah.
So give me
And
give
I'm
me
like charging in.
yeah. So give me the roll of of your move. It's
So I get to roll with style because of my
Yeah.
stand and fight move.
yeah. So 2d6 plus style.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah, awesome. So your allies get to take +1 against the enemy now because you are so good at getting its attention. So like the plasma rifle shots start like charging up at Alarin, and Alarin ships like, oh man, like you get like the target lock signs and everything like that, and then they get ready to charge, and then they deactivate for a second and switch over after they get like you see like this like row of shots go across the top of the ship as it starts to like smoke a little bit from taking
Yeah,
damage.
yeah, so-
and
so,
like
like-
it quickly rotates over and looking for the target.
So do I get onto the hull?
Yeah, the aggro gives you time to totally get onto the hull. So like then you hear like the clamp of it, and as soon as you like do the clamp on it, it fires these two like sort of like electric blue plasma shots over to in the direction of Big Jim's mech of Jack, but they miss wildly.
I think at this point
Good
it's
shoot.
time for the I think it's time for the Red Comet to make his appearance, and he'll I'll like take my mech and just fly head on toward where I think what's the it's not the engine room, it's the what's the room where the piloting room, cockpit, to the cockpit.
To the
I'm
to
gonna
the deck,
take my
The
and then-
bridge.
to the
yes,
bridge.
the bridge.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my mech to the bridge of the enemy ship and fire away inside.
Okay. You're gonna be because the guy because Jack was able to draw aggro. You're gonna quickly go ahead and like jump onto it. So roll guns blazing. And you get a +1 on this roll for attacking the deck. So you guys are like slowly like breaking off from like your stealth tubes that you're in,
Yeah.
and like you're all like starting to like clink onto this thing.
Serious?
Oh my god.
Actually, I should have rolled something else, but it's okay. We'll roll it next time.
All right. Yeah, no problem. Okay.
So you accidentally shoot off your own foot.
No.
Even with a +3.
Right? So,
No, I think what happens is you actually end up like on your approach, you end up hitting one of the whiskers, and the whiskers like shocks and like disables your suit for a second, and like it like repowers back on, like like the electrical like like around it, and like you see like the ship's like almost like the deck's like force fielded, like the entire nose of the ship sort of like ripples of like as you see like subspace energy go around, and it sort of feels like an EMP blast on your ship. And your ship, like your sensors in your HUD go like emergency power on,
Okay.
and then you see like the battery things start like recharging again, and like your suit's like starting to regain functionality. In the meantime,
Screens
you see
all go blue.
you see like the deck, like they see you like land on the front of the ship,
Yeah.
and like the deck's like original like clear window screen. Like they like press a button and like closes up and like doubles down and like locks up, like defensive maneuver thing.
Yeah, okay.
So it's armored up now.
You just got stung by a space jellyfish.
Yeah, space jelly, man.
Yeah, you really did.
So,
Or then I'm just gonna wait for my mech to power up and then.
yeah. Dave?
Yeah. I've been thinking about this. So I'm probably still like I've kind of hooked round. I got shot kind of like at an angle round the ship. And I'm going to be like hiding on one of the asteroids, waiting for them to like scramble their like fighters and their interceptors and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm going to try and head them off before, so that the rest of the team can come.
Awesome. Yeah,
mission.
you totally get the drop on them because you see from behind like a little bit of reinforcements from the far side are starting to like circle back around to deal with you guys because they're beating the rebels. And you totally are able to cut them off if you want right now. It's like a strike fleet of like a couple fighters. So like they're not mechs or anything like that.
They're in, like,
space
actual, like-
fighters. Yeah.
Yeah, they're okay.
Like X-wing or TIE fighters or something.
Yeah, something like that, right? Like or like Battlestar Galactica Vipers.
Yeah, more like conventional like ships rather than like in giant boats.
Or like A-wings, I guess would probably be
Yeah.
the closest thing that they look like. So you see a squadron of them come. So you see like 5 or 6 of them in formation start like zipping around the back to come over here. Perhaps you guys even have like at this point you're so close that you can pick up some of their comms or whatever, and like you're hearing that like they're like, oh man, like attack on the far right flank, like we need help.
So,
this is the Burgundy, like we're under fire.
So the moment they get within like range of the ship,
Yeah.
my suit has built an ECM.
Oh,
so
nice.
they just like their comms stop functioning.
Oh yeah, you hear like, can you hear me? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you hear that all over the everyone's comms as you like blast off and like knocks out power for communications. You even see like the undulating tendril things like stop, like floating for a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the opportunity of while they're confused. Like we've planned this beforehand, right? We know that they get panicked when they get
When the comms go
radars
down.
jammed.
Yeah.
And I'll take that exact moment to launch my strike on the fighter squadron.
Awesome. So that would probably be guns blazing.
Oh. Hold on, no, I feel like actually.
Or come to the rescue. Nah, not really. Your buddy's
It's
not
not
in.
the rescue yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I think that's
Since
the right
I've been
answer.
like hiding and observing them, do you think I had an opportunity to like assess the situation, like see where I can, like if their formation is in a specific way that I can just like cut them all in one go, or
Like to destroy all the fighters in one go?
Yeah, because I think he's trying to say that he was like waiting for like
Yeah, the opportune
for
moment to strike, right?
reinforcements. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think he wants to assess the situation before he does something.
Yeah, let's do that. So give me an assess
Okay.
situation. That sounds perfect. I want you to
Make
be
a
epic,
linked
so
test.
do it.
yeah. I have the move listen to your heart, so I can assess the situation with heart.
Yeah, awesome.
And I think I do pretty well.
11. It's pretty good.
Wow, 11? Yeah, okay, so you get to ask 3 questions. What is my best way in out? Where is the enemy weakest? What's the enemy strategy? What is the enemy hiding? How can we use the battlefield to our advantage? Or what is the biggest threat to us right now?
Okay. So I think what I was planning to do is check where is the enemy weakest, and that's the fighter squadron specifically.
Okay. The fighter squadron is weakest in that they can't handle fighting up close. They take the most amount of damage from up close. They're also their formation is very close. Like they're tight knit. They're not spread out. So like they would suffer from area effects as well.
Okay. Gotcha. So
You get 2 more questions, man.
Yeah.
yeah. What's my best weight in?
Into the Burgundy?
No, into like attacking them. Like, can I
I think
see
he's
where
yeah.
they're
Oh,
headed?
the best way in, the best way to attack them would actually be for them to line up and attack, I guess, on Alarin, who's currently like on the broad side of the ship, like getting ready like to bolt into the ship, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Are you using your flamethrower?
Yeah, it's a plasma welter that has
Yeah.
like a super badass setting that immolates people.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So like, I imagine you just been like gunning on that hull this whole time.
Oh yeah,
And-
it's like
and yeah.
halfway done.
Yeah, and like so like they're getting lined up, and you know that like to time it perfectly to hit them all with one strike, Dave, you're going to have to wait for them to get like a pretty good shot, and then cut in there at the last second.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And just because I've got like the opportunity to check around and like make sure there's nothing we're missing,
Yeah.
I'll ask, what's the enemy hiding?
You know that they seem like after you guys showed up, I know they're trying to respond to you, but they still seem very, very confident of the situation. Like they still have a trick up their sleeve.
Damn it.
Okay.
Desperado.
Yeah. So I'm just going to sit and wait. I think my mech is actually like I've kind of gouged into the asteroid behind me, and I'm like crouched on there like a like ready to strike, like one hand holding on, the other one like on the hilt of my my main weapon, my blade beam.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Like just totally ready. And you can see on the sheath of it, like there's like a little meter, like a little charge bar that's like do 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 do.
Yeah.
So like when I strike, I'll be able to do it, and it will like release like a.
Does
like
it
a
look?
laser beam out of the
Yeah.
strike.
Does it look like a Street Fighter, like a fighting game power up bar or something like that?
Dude, I'm totally imagining from going like on the little like spiral that like
Yeah.
the more emotional he gets, the more it spins out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that was what I was going off.
Yeah, awesome. Love it. Do it.
The
Maybe
rage bar.
maybe like while it's like charging, like you hear in your comms, you're like, Eeyore, where are you? What are you doing? We need you in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the moment when like they get into position. I'm like, I'm coming to the rescue, and then I'll just like jump out, like thrust and just like
Oh
try and
man.
cut through all of them in one go.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We get like the just like line and flash across the screen.
It's like a slasher movie.
Yeah. Cool.
So, am I able to take like a bonus from waiting for the exact moment to strike on them when they're
Yeah.
about to attack?
Yeah,
The
totally.
mechanic
Yeah,
is,
because you get a +1 when you
act on information.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, gotcha. And it goes pretty
And you
well.
get a 10, right? Total.
1, 2.
You get a 9 plus 1, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Cool. So then, yeah, you totally achieve what. So not only do you achieve your goal, you gain respect, which is something you can spend in downtime. So that's sort of like a perk. So I think everyone kind of sees you kind of go in. What's your sort of like quirky remark that you say when you jump in and do like your one slash that destroys all 6 fighters?
Do you have a sword, Iori?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Is it like a metal sword or is it like a beam?
It's a metal sword with
Okay.
like the beam on the outside of it.
Oh,
Like
okay.
charges with the like
Yeah.
spiral energy, like the emotional stuff.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same
So
color
like
as your
the
engine.
emotion feeling.
Yeah.
So like the emotion changes what
It's the
color it is.
Let's
Yeah, it's
go.
like a
So
mood
it's
ring.
totally
It's like a
green.
mood blade.
Fuck,
The
it's
mood
green. It's
saber.
totally green right now.
Mood saber.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
kill you with my feels.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's just she'll shout like Shinzo no Tsurugi, blade beam, EI strike, and just draw
Yeah,
it and just cut through everything.
Yeah, and like it's just like one slash on like the camera picture. It's like one single slash,
Yeah, you
but
s-
like
I think-
everything just goes and like it just destroys all of the fighters in one explosion.
Yeah, I could totally imagine like all the
Yeah.
fighters like lined up, and you see it from Sasori's like side view where all this.
Yeah,
all-
yeah, and you're like
lined up,
still
and-
holding the blade.
Yeah, and then there's just like a slash through all the ships, and then
Yeah.
there's just an explosion, and then you see Yori's mech like kind of cut through them.
Ah,
And
that's
there's, like-
fucking awesome.
There's like a brief moment where my character's like, "What have I actually created?"
Yeah.
Nice flying, rookie.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So at that moment, I think you are able to breach the Burgundy. With that moment, so Alarin, what do you do after you're able to drill a hole in for your mech?
I punch the breach where the metal falls down into the
Yeah.
ship.
Mm-hmm.
All the oxygen gets like pulled out. So like
Yeah.
crewmen and shit just kind of whoosh,
Yeah.
Wilhelm scream, and then I jump in and I assess the situation inside.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the role planes.
uh,
What?
As soon as he goes inside, I would like to like move up my mech like in front of the breach hole, and just like hold it. I like just like pull out my mace. The like flanged head pops out as I
Oh
pull it
yeah,
out,
awesome,
like hold the breach.
awesome. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and you like defensive posture. Cool. All right. So Dave, you got a 7 on your assess the situation. I think that's actually an 8 because of the previous assess the situation rolls. Still
Okay.
acting on that information.
Alrighty, so I want to know the easiest way to the ship's life support system.
Yeah. You pretty much are like a dead shot towards it. It's near the engine. Like it's like near the core of the ship. So at this point, like a security force, like wearing like spacesuits, like infantry, or like on the ship trying to like take shots at you.
Are they all grouped up?
Yeah.
Oh yes. Flamethrower time.
Oh my god. So, blazing.
Okay. So can I roll with my precision strike?
Yeah. I mean, they look like Halo, like ODST trooper kind of things, you know what I mean? Like just generic dudes wearing like black motorcycle helmet looking future things with like sort of like Gauss rifles.
Oh, Gauss rifles. Well, that
Yeah,
might
or like
actually be-
plasma
We're
rifles, you know,
expendable.
something like that. Yeah, like expendable space empire soldier. You know what I mean? A 9. So yeah, you're able to you incinerate like the first row of the guys with your flamethrower, and like the ones behind you like quickly like start like taking cover and falling back. Like they're like you once again you like hear over like short range comms because they're coming back on, being like we can't hold them, like we have to get out of here, like they have the ship.
So like, while that's happening, the
Yeah.
audience sees the side of the flamethrower, and written across the side it says, "This machine immolates fascists."
Yeah, I love it. Like it's just the scorch mark, like the signature line across the middle of the ship. Yeah, like you hear like they're going for our life support. And then over the comms again, because they're coming back on after the EMP blast once again. You hear copy that Tango squad moving in, and there are a bunch, and you guys see like in the distance, like the camera tunes in, you see like 4 or 5 like smaller looking mechs that look more like ninja like start like barreling towards you guys. You guys definitely know that they're coming in. What?
Is it Fisher or just inside?
Fisher.
Fisher.
Okay. So I'll be like, oh, all right, let's go take him out.
Awesome.
And then I'll just like fucking charge him. Honestly, I'm just gonna go and try to blast one of these.
Okay. So you're gonna like go meet them. Arath, are you gonna go like toe to toe with them as well?
Yeah, totally.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
they're going
So
inside,
so the rookie and the leader are gonna go
into
fight together.
the Burgundy, right? Yeah, they're going inside
no,
the ship.
no. This is
There's-
a mech
so the-
squad coming from
Okay, so
from
they're
space.
going to go face the Tango
Yeah,
squad. Sure,
the
okay.
guy's coming towards the Burgundy to assist them.
Okay.
Something gutsy.
Yeah, what are you going to do, Casval? You could definitely help them.
So David,
Like fire
is- so-
support.
So David's inside the ship going to go disable the life support so that we
Yeah.
can easily just get the technology off the
Yeah.
nose. The like
Yeah, exactly. Like
Oh,
the
yeah, we
ship. Yeah,
driving
once
the
once
ship
you do
outta
that,
here.
yeah, like the ship's going to be your guys' control. Once you take out the life support, I assume that Dave has some sort of like hacking technology to take over the ship or something like that.
My suit
Yeah.
is high tech.
Yeah.
Um, can I make a doing something gutsy roll for this charge? Would that count?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
let's-
what are you doing that's gutsy?
basically like so he's doing like that like classic like charge thing where like he's the enemy out in front of him just like hits the accelerator, like you just see this like flare on the back of
Yeah,
it.
like the SRS
Back.
thrusters. Yeah, like push back and like or like it looks
Yeah,
like a light
exactly.
beam. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he just charges like ah with
Yeah,
the
like your
mace and
chest is out,
just
like the mace is
straight-
behind you in the classic anime pose.
Yeah,
Has it-
exactly.
yeah.
Just ah.
Yeah.
So like he's totally opening himself up, but he's just trying to look like a badass
Sure.
while doing it.
Yeah, roll style. Okay.
All right.
You do it. Okay.
so you get respect.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah, and then you get to make a hard move, Eric.
Yep. Okay. So, there is a Okay. You definitely take a beating, as you open yourself up to charge these guys, as there is a like a sniper beam basically, like goes barreling at your mech, like a lime green sort of like laser pulse beam, just goes
we-
square into your chest.
Do we
from-
have like one of those moments maybe where like I like try to like hit it with the mace and like you see like on the inside like the
Yeah.
like damage to the mech or something because I like just try to like knock it away.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. You try to hit it and like it totally just like disrupts your whole mech. No, that's awesome. So I think that's 2 damage as the beam comes at you. So how are you taking the damage?
Oh, we get to pick. Ooh.
Yeah, so I
Well,
get to
yeah, this stuff
let my-
this stuff erupts like it's almost like a acid type beam, and so it's gonna hit something on your system.
Caustic energy beam.
Yeah, caustic energy beam.
so
Exactly
I
what it is.
choose whether it hits me or the mech, but do I choose
Yeah.
which?
Well,
part of-
you choose how the damage is affected. Yeah. Yeah,
If
you
you're crazy enough, you can even let it hit you instead.
yeah, which would be like your mech like broke inside of it to hit you somehow, or like burn through a part of the mech
I
and hit
think-
you.
I
yeah.
think I'm going to take the damage myself.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay.
In my mad vainglorious charge. Let me just write this down here that I got 1 body damage.
Sure.
But isn't it like
Isn't it
various-
2?
like it's like arms or like
Yeah,
how
no. It's so there's 2 sets of damage you can take. There's like the head, arms, body, legs, or whatever of your mech, and then the head, arms, bodies of you.
If you're the pilot.
And if you take that damage, you can split it up however you want.
So don't
Okay,
get
so-
shot in the head.
So the blast
So-
is 2 damage,
like-
right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's like both arms as like he like smashes this beam as it's like coming on and like it's like this like creak on the mech and like maybe it like breaks through and like burns like his arms or something. It's like acid.
Oh yeah. Okay. Totally. But you do succeed at totally doing something gutsy though.
Being, being fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
Like I can totally imagine the scene of like the mech like swing like flying in. You see like all the speed lines flying past the mech with the giant mace, and like he's about to like hit one of the tankless squad, and then he gets like blasted by this caustic acid.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you see, like the camera goes to the back, and you see it's totally a new type of mech that you haven't seen before. And you know, with, like underneath it says in like the movie titles captions, it says Desperado, and it has like a 44 caliber, you know, like dirty like it's with a sniper scope on it. You know what I mean, like the pistol scope
Yeah.
gun.
Okay.
And it's like the barrel's like smoking, and it definitely looks like a
Weird.
Wild West gun. like a Wild West looking mech.
Dude, I think it's so funny that sometimes his audio isn't good because it's just like we're in the battlefield and his comm is breaking up.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it so good.
And
I
then the
haven't saying
ECM?
anything. I really like how you're getting super into character here, Sam, with your internet connection. Cool.
I try
So-
only for you,
Yeah.
Eric.
So, Dave, or David slash Alarin, you're able to totally while they get shot, they buy you time to totally get to the what do you call it? The
Life support.
support. Thank you.
So like we get this shot of just behind me, like just like plasma scorched. Everything is on fire. There's like bodies, and I just like rip the doors open with my bare hands to the life support thing, and I walk inside. What do I see?
You see just like data centers and like just a bunch of like weird it's like bionic data cores, like things you haven't seen before.
Dude, I'm totally imagining like
Sort of-
in the Pokemon movie where you see like underneath Mewtwo's like laboratory, you see like all the like green pillars with like the water and
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's exactly what
totally
it
what
is.
I'm
Like,
getting.
yeah, it's like this really weird, like psychic biology type stuff. Like, this is stuff that like you have never even dreamed of. Like the ability of merging, like bioorganism and machine before.
So I want to interface with it somehow and make the entire ship just completely hostile to human life in every shape and form.
Ooh, okay. That would probably be something gutsy, or what?
No, I'm just trying to imagine what that would be.
Oh, like fictionally, how you would do that? Or
Yeah, like what do I roll for this?
you mean mechanically? How to like basically hack the system to do this? So you just control the ship?
Yeah, well, the life support.
Yeah. That would probably be. I would call it something gutsy.
isn't he? I guess.
Or if I
could-
think you have
because
time to
he's-
wrap your head around the problem.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking he was gonna do. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he has to figure out what he needs to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually just do that.
Okay, where's wrap your head around the problem?
It's
roll-
under general.
It's under general and it's plus brains.
Okay, does, I wrote my thesis on this count?
What is that?
It gives me if I need to wrap my head around a problem, and it somehow
Oh,
applies
you can do
to
it right.
work
Yeah,
that
you don't even need time. You just do
Yeah.
it right now. Oh, that's
It,
pretty
but
good.
only if it applies to like my expertise, so like psychology. And since I've been trying to interface with like a thing that thinks,
Yeah, no, totally.
so I can just do that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just like stick my hand in the first thing that looks like wet and squishy, and like I just psionically like merge with this ship.
Yeah. Which has never like psionic stuff hasn't really existed that much except for like FTO travel. And you see like this is some sort of like it looks to be almost like some kind of organism made to thrive in like subspace. So like you do that. So give me did you roll?
I thought that like my power let me just this is my thesis
It- no, it changed-
automatically makes
Oh,
sense.
it automatically lets you succeed. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, you see that the secret that the Empire is using is this sort of like subspace organic matter, and it's being used and like and its sensor data is being interpreted to basically find ships and things at long distances using subspace.
So like, is it
you are-
thinking?
You can see that it's not. It's actually it's unthinking matter. It's like a fungus.
Dude, I'm
Oh, good. I love fungus.
Yeah, it's like a subspace. It's like subspace fungus attached to a radio antenna. It's kind of like what it is, and it's
Warp
using
mold.
and it's like just picking up vibrations of subspace, just like echolocation would of like like moving air and that kind of stuff. And it's this sort of like strange technology. It has a sort of like it doesn't have an intelligence, but it has like an emotional aura to it, and it has fear. Like you get the sensation of feeling afraid. Like your initial thought was that it's you that's scared, but it's that thing projecting itself on you during this this movement.
Do I know why it's afraid?
No.
Creepy.
but you know that whatever this whatever this matter is, it says it like feels it's scared.
So like, what can I do with this?
You have access to, like, you look at, like, you see just like a command prompt of like ship controls that you have access to.
Oh, we vent in the atmosphere. We fill in
Yeah.
everything with like cyanide. We doing everything mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like the whole ship is just like
Now haunted by a poltergeist.
Yeah. There's nothing in it except for like this subspace matter that just exists in space.
So I guess I flash to the guys that, like, the mission objective is complete. We out.
Well,
Do we
Because
got
we
the
have
info?
the ship. Well, we have the entire ship.
All right. I wanted to stay and fight this guy, but I'm down to leave if we're ready.
Isn't it? Don't we need the technology thing? Because this isn't the only ship with the sensors.
no.
I thought we were taking the sensors off this thing, and then
Yeah. The mission is that you need to actually take these sensors somehow.
Just, we can't bring the whole ship.
No,
I
you
mean, we
can't. You
could.
can't. You could
Yeah,
bring the whole
totally.
ship, but it
So-
would be yeah.
So maybe I'll say, you had the sensor? If you got the sensor, I'll distract him. You guys get it out of here.
So can they pull the sensor off the ship now that the ship is offering no resistance?
I could totally do that.
Yeah.
Since the other two are busy fighting, I will totally just like race over to the front of the ship and like
Laser sword. Aren't you, like, at the bridge already?
yeah.
Yeah. Like you're totally
I think
finding it.
Yeah, I think as soon as my mech started working, that's exactly what I started working on, was getting the
Like cutting the nose of it off.
sensors. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And Dave, what do you Yori? So your move against those fighters, right? That was powered by what kind of emotion?
It was powered by.
I think that was excitement. Like, you're ready. Like,
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's like
like-
a positive type.
Good.
Excitement or like
Yeah.
exhilaration or something like
Yeah.
this.
I totally think that about the same time as when David / Alarin is like syncing up with this sort of like subspace organic matter, I think you also get a sensation of some sort of like fear, like the opposite emotion of what you were feeling. So perhaps something is going on with your emotional drive and sort of like the subspace emotional thing. Like somehow
So-
they're
Let's not let the emotion-based super soldier come into contact with the fear fungus. How about we just not let that happen?
yeah.
Yeah, so like I stopped for a moment, like I'm fighting alongside Jack, and like for a second I'd like stop, and you like see me like do that, and I'm like, like what do I refer to you as? Like what's your rank within this thing as the leader?
Oh,
red one.
Anvil 1.
I guess we can decide that. Am I like captain? I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
that I would be like that high. Like, I thought it was sort of that I'm like informally above you.
Yeah, but like I find it funny. So like
I think
we're
I think we're like the four mutant TMNT. You're totally who's the blue one? Who's the blue one? Jeez, Michelangelo. You're like you're the
Michelangelo.
leader, but like we're all like
The same
individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that too.
so since he's A1, I just imagine like on his side of his ship.
Codename
just a
steak
picture-
sauce?
Codename steak sauce.
Oh, that's great. Everyone calls me Steak Sauce. I love it. Perfect nickname.
All right. All right then, steak sauce. I think at that moment it is 5:52. I think it's time for our first break. I know we got started a little bit late, so let's just call the break there for now, and we'll be back in about 9 minutes.